I asked an AI program to help me direct the commercial for a new product, and this is what it came up with.
Video opens with a shot of a barber in a dark studio lit only by spotlight shining on his workstation. The barber introduces the new trimmer, highlighting its key features such as a precision, ergonomic design, how to use the trimmer.
All right, so Los, real quick, man, before the introductions go, I hired you to do
Do you know
a.
about the idea? You saw the video already, right?
Yeah.
What you
Dude,
think?
I mean, bro, honestly, before anyone, like, we shot the video first, and then I asked AI to do the entire thing, because, I mean, honestly, it was just, like, a cool idea for me to just, I'm like, what if I just, like, in order for my audience to appreciate it, because your audience will appreciate hair,
Right.
but my audience will appreciate video and anything like tech and all that stuff. So, like, I saw this video inspiration, and I'm like, why don't I just make your video that we shot, because I shot some BTS, mixed in with the context of me asking AI, and I feel like that would be more digestible. Because at the end of the day, like, for my followers, they're just like videographers, right? They're not really care about like hair and stuff like that. They don't even know. But if I were to use that, where it's like nuance with video and tech and all that, then I feel like it'll be more relatable. Because if I were to use your post and stuff, like, it's cool, like, you know, pitch it up.
My thing is, so you shot our video first.
Yeah, so context.
You shot.
I shot it first. I filmed the behind the scenes. I just put my phone like on a tripod. I'm like, all right, let me just record this just in case I use it. And then I was doing my thing, boom, 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 gimbal. And then I edited it. I sent it to you. We had a couple of drafts. We went back and forth, and then we got the final version. And as we got the final version, I was also working on my like version of the video because I wanted to post something about it. Because I could have just let you do your thing. Most videographers just post or give the client the actual video and then just forget about it, right? But in order for me to optimize my brand and making sure I always like clock in on Instagram and Reels, I got to make like a really good like content piece about it, right?
Yeah,
so it's
of
like
course.
if I were to use this video and, you know, use the client work as the content, so, you know, it's best of both worlds, right? You're getting paid and you're also like, you know, creating content for yourself. But yeah, I just simply asked, I went to this website, it's OpenAI, and that gives users the ability to ask anything. I did like 2 or 3 times, like for it to accurately give me the results. Because at first time, if I were to ask, make a video about a trimmer, Barber, new trimmer or whatever, I put something like that. It gave me like a different scenario, which wasn't pictured of what we already shot previously. So I had to play around with it a little bit. I asked it differently. And then I ended up saying, make a video of a barber with a new trimmer in a dark studio.
And it's dark. Yeah, that's what.
And it took me like 2 or 3 times. I screen recorded on my phone of what it said, and I kind of split it into like 2, 3 separate takes that I did.
So hold on, real quick. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Los Cut It, and you're in the cut with today's guest. But first, my homie Ruben, aka Baby Horchata. What's up, Ruben?
¿Qué pasó, mi gente, man?
Yo, hold on. So we're trying to get to the bottom of this, Ruben. What do you think so far?
So when I saw that video, I was like, there's no way that Los trusted a bot. You know, when it came to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nah, there's no way. But like the way you were, you know, explaining how it went down, it's crazy how close it was to the actual.
Well, you basically did all the work first, and then you had to figure out a way to ask AI for it to pretty much give you the results to match what you already had did. So, in other words, when we brought you in, you pretty much did all the thinking. But do you think if you would have done that first, and then it would have give you that same exact layout, you think we would have filmed it the same way? And 2, do you think AI is what's the future, is what's new for people that are trying to create ideas, scripts, jokes? Like, what do you think?
Right. No, yeah, it would have been similar for sure. I feel like it's just like, you know, little things here and there. Like maybe it told me to do a different camera movement or whatever. But overall, like the message was there. And that's what I was trying to figure out to like make sure it kind of has, it made sense for me to play the video and then what it said and make sure that whatever that version said, it'd be accurate to what I already filmed. But I mean, right now it's still in its like very early stages. So it's like if we do like try to rely on AI, there is going to be some type of like editing right after, like post, like a human examining it and seeing like, oh, that's not correct, that's not right. So it's like, you know, it's still a lot of work to be done, but
Do you think
know,
it'll
it's
take
gonna get there
over?
for-
You did all that during the weekend. I was in Dallas. I literally just got back yesterday. So over the weekend in Dallas, I want to say Saturday, Henry put me onto that. Papi Blunts. He sent me that link. We were like literally like, no way, this can't be true. So we're asking it the most outrageous questions, and one of them was, can you write me a song about hair, like haircuts and hair designs? And it literally wrote a song about hair designs. Like literally, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus. Yeah. So I was like, no way. Somebody in the table was like, well, can you write me a full essay on the 90s? And it went in. The first, even ended with, and in conclusion to the 90s, and it just 5 paragraphs. And I seen all that stuff, and I'm like, damn. I was even asking, like, yo, can you write me an email on how to hire new licensed barbers? And literally wrote a whole script for me. So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, imagine if you were to ask it, I need a joke on Chicago or something. And then you kind of get, like, an idea, and then you think,
But
do you think that's the
detail
future?
too, it gives
And
you
in
like a
detail,
really
No,
bro.
I could see it be in the future, but like, bro,
You got it on your phone right now?
That's kind
I
of
have it
like,
on.
but I don't know if I like that, bro, because like AI in your guys' sense. But when it comes to jokes, bro, it's something personal, bro. It's something that you
you
have
dealt
to
with.
sit down and write, like to think that somebody would be just a good performer, right? What if like. But you know what? I'll take all my statements back, because technically, when you're big, you have writers already.
Yeah. and
You're
you
just
get
the
ideas,
performer.
yeah.
You're the actor. You're the. You know what I'm saying? So
You get inspiration from
yeah,
it.
exactly.
It doesn't
I wonder
mean
how it's gonna be in your field and how it's gonna affect.
you
that,
should try it.
You know?
Right now, well, you got an active
wait,
right now?
Just a quick disclaimer. Like the reason why I did that for you two, and I recommended you posting it, is because we always have to find ways to kind of transcend. Because the stuff that you're doing in hair is always gonna be like in that field. The stuff that you do in comedy is always gonna resonate with the comedians, right? But like, how do you transcend that to like the wider audience?
Right.
And I feel like that was a good way for you to kind of execute it. And like, if you share this, not are you going to be satisfying your audience, but you're also going to be satisfying like other people that are in tech. And who knows, maybe like a big entrepreneur in tech saw that video and then he wants to contact you. So like, always
I get
change
what
it up.
you mean.
That's my reason, right? I found that topic to be hot and trending because I'm always on Twitter to seeing like what's hot. So that's my reason why I use it.
Man,
too.
I'ma
But
use-
I mean, for your field, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna use.
I have it open
I'm
right
gonna,
now.
bro.
Right now.
He had it
I'm
like
gonna use AI. I'm gonna be like, how do I pick up a gordita pero bonita?
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Hey, how to
I
pick.
wouldn't be surprised if it didn't give you.
What if you
Give her
wrote,
hot
hey,
Cheetos.
what if you wrote that down? How to pick up a fat girl?
All right, how about this?
How to
pick
pick
up
up
any
pretty.
other girl? How
No.
about pick up any other girl?
No, it's got to be specific for
A
Ruben.
pretty
So,
fat girl.
there you go. How to
Okay. So right
pick
now,
up lines
so
for-
you guys can use it. It's chat.openai.com. You just go on the website. You click the conversation. Obviously, it'll show you the examples and capabilities. But what do you want to ask?
We'll do a screen recording.
How do you pick up a pretty
line.
fat girl?
Yeah. How do you? No.
I'll
Pick,
screen record it right now.
yeah. Pick up lines for pretty fat women.
Pick up line.
I'm trying to be nice. Like I don't want to body shame, obviously, but those are your words, not mine. How to
Right,
pick-
cancel me, not him, dog.
How to pick up overweight funds? No, just
All
heavy,
right,
Chubby?
How about this?
chubby.
Pick up lines for pretty obese women.
There you go, beast.
I mean, that's a scientific concern. You can't be mad.
All right, it's loading.
It's loading. Oh, read it out loud.
Sometimes it doesn't. Like it picks up
Can
an
I see
error.
this?
But
Yeah, I told her to write a Los Cutters song, and it said we do not know anything about Los Cutters.
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
damn.
like
I was like, damn.
there
How
are
do you
times-
know
there are times
if
where
you're
it freaks
big
out.
enough? If AI can rate something about you,
Is it writing anything? It's usually quick.
it's loading.
No,
so.
sometimes it does like tweak because
Yeah.
they're starting to charge for it now. If
Oh,
if
no
it's
way.
like there's so much traffic and it's congested, I mean, it's only right for them to really take advantage of it. But
the things I was asking, like the way it was answering, I couldn't believe it. I was
yeah,
just,
it just goes to show what like the human civilization has gotten into like an entire like thing, put technology in the foundation of like all these like cores, everything put together into like one thing, and it's just like gives you so much answers, just like it's insane.
yeah.
Like that, whatever the robot is, that was made from like materials from Earth. You know what I mean? And software and all that.
Like everything about it came from.
Yeah, it came from like Earth.
Ruben's going in. What are you typing in over there?
Pick up lines to get a pretty overweight girl to like you.
He You're really big on that shit.
All right,
Bro,
read it to us.
what?
You gotta
Okay,
read it
hold
to
on.
What's
Look,
it?
okay.
Okay. So you do it in your funny comedic voice. Go.
The problem is, it's not a joke. They just pretty much gave me a life
No,
lesson.
read it to us. Read it to us.
What did it say?
No, it says
Do
it,
not
it is not
shame.
appropriate to use pickup lines to try to get someone to like you, particularly if the focus is on their weight. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect and kindness, regardless of their physical appearance. Instead of trying to use a pickup line, try getting to know the person and find common interests. Everyone has unique qualities and characteristics that make them special, and it's important to focus on those rather than physical appearance.
Wow.
This is my mother. Screw the AI chat
Well,
at this
now
point.
you know where the political stance and
You know what? I already know
Hey,
how
you
to.
know-
crazy though, right?
First
Very
of all,
impressive.
I know how to pick up big women. Anyway. Okay.
First of all,
Yeah, I mean that's like
all right, hold on. Let's do one more. For Ruben's sake, just we could probably throw a Barber
we'll
one
do
in
one
there.
more. We'll do one more.
Yeah, do a joke about Chicago, and then the
Okay.
thing is, you might get a joke about Chicago and be like, "Ooh, I can make it better by adding this or taking this away."
Here, just
Okay.
put it in.
Give me.
This is
Hey,
crazy.
so like
I'm telling you, when we were out at dinner, the type of things we were asking and was answering was like, oh, Adam, Mr. Official, was like, give me a full curriculum for barber students.
before you
And
say that,
literally-
give me some context because we need to catch up. So you were with Mr. Official, Pipe Blends. Where were you in?
We were in
Show
Dallas.
or-
We were in Dallas. Shout out to the Barber Plug in Dallas supply store. They have a cool concept that we can't really talk about, but it has to do with clipper shopping. And Poppy and his videographer, shout out Randy, who are producing the entire thing and editing the whole thing. So they brought me and Yak down, and along with other people that are going to be in it and other big names in the industry that are going to be in it. And they're shooting 12 episodes, which is really cool, the concept. We were at dinner, and Poppy pulls that up. He's like, yo, one of my clients gave me this like 6 months ago. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, type whatever you want. And I'm like, he's like, you ever need to write an email to corporate? Tell them to write an email about getting like quitting or something. So I wrote that, and then the way it broke it down was so professional that I was like, damn, well, let's get crazy with it. Somebody was like, write me an essay on the 90s, and it did that. And then I'm like, well, let's get crazier with it. Write me a song about cutting hair and hair designs. And it did that. And then we were just
You should
going
do a
there.
music video.
Imagine about
Ruben,
Bro,
those who's going in with the bars and
just bars on,
No,
on hair, cutting hair.
hair.
All right, what do you
I
got?
put joke about Chicago, and it said, "Why did the tomato turn red in Chicago? Because it saw the bulls."
I'm trying to get it.
Okay, so in Spain,
Yeah, they hate red.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
the
tomato.
tomato. What's
The
up with the
tomato.
Fight.
Yeah. So the famous bull run that they do in the streets of Spain, they throw tomatoes.
But
Why does
aren't
it-
tomatoes already red? Or
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, but it's more.
Just came out of nowhere.
Well, red is like you're mad or anxious. Oh yeah, red. It means because red is tomato.
Well,
Yeah.
where did the tomato come from?
Hold on.
Like, why not a potato or something?
write me a joke about Chicago.
You gotta type it in again, maybe. Their algorithm is crazy, I'm sure.
Okay, so
However that works.
so Los, do you see yourself doing that in the future? Like I know you're going to Miami this weekend. You have a corporate shoot. I'm assuming. Even when you work with certain individuals, is this something that is going to give you like a nice base to start off for an idea?
I'll probably always have a tab open, but I won't usually rely on it. I don't think people should rely on it. Only for like inspiration, maybe here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like at the core, it's always good to like flex that creative muscle.
Of course,
for
yeah, of
yourself.
course.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe in the future, everyone just starts off with this.
Would you consider that cheating for people that are not
That's a good
creative?
question, man.
For people that are not creative,
It could be used as, I mean, in and of itself, it is a cheat code, right?
I wish I had
mean,
that in high school.
that's
Oh my
already a
god!
whole
Write me an
different
essay on history about this, about that.
yeah. I mean, I'm
You
sure.
got the joke?
Yeah. So.
You're not
And
laughing.
these are not good
Yeah, we're
jokes, by the way,
stalling
but
over
it'll get better over time, sure. Why was the Chicago River dyed green? Because all the Cub fans threw their money into it. Yeah,
Man.
see, this reminded me of my rookie year of comedy.
This
bro.
is
It
this is
doesn't-
why the AI. It's gonna be a while before AI takes over
Yeah.
comedy and cutting. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got robots now that can cut your hair.
I mean, you can't,
but
yeah, it's crazy.
go in there and be like, "Yo, give me that."
But it knows that-
mid skin fade, drop the bag. That AI is gonna
Yeah,
be like,
no,
nah,
it's gonna
bro.
be what's a
and,
mid
and
skin.
it knows that we dye the river green, and about
It
the
does.
Cubs and
Yeah,
the
it's
money,
true.
and they
But
won the
why
championship.
why not the socks?
Because
Cubs won there recently.
Yeah, the championship.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't made it to the, But anyways, yeah, bro, that's crazy. That's kind of scary, low key, because I can't imagine. So, but the thing is, like when it comes to filmmaking, I think it's gonna be very helpful because now when you're doing your actual like your board, you're drawing your scenes out and your description of your script and stuff like that. I think that would be dope. I think it'd be very useful. Now, in your lane where it's 60 seconds or less, and it's not anything long, like I don't know how well that's gonna work because it's gonna type you probably 3 minutes worth of stuff to where you want it to be obviously less.
You never know, right? This time we're just gonna be kind of making sure that we use it for like inspiration and stuff. But I don't know.
Absolutely. And I also noticed you ain't got your headphones on, man. You refused to put your headphones on today, and we were going back and forth on why I thought they were important, and then you gave me your reason. So it made me feel like, maybe there's people out there that think the same way and feel the same way you are. It's not just about like me, I work great under pressure, right? There's people that probably can't work great under pressure. With you said you like being able to hear your voice, the sounds to ricochet off the walls and come back. You need to feel out the environment. Whereas in me, I'm like, well, the headphones make me feel like it escapes me from everything going on here, and I'm locked in the pod. So with that being said, if you got people out there that are trying to start their podcast, what advice would you give them as far as mic set, no mic set? Should we have actual mics? Should we get little square mics that people can't see? Should we get shotgun mics that are overhead? I mean, what's your preference
for anyone
on
that's
that?
starting a podcast? I mean, really, you're looking for runway, right, bro? Like I told you, like at the end of the day, we really are trying to figure out the audience and seeing what people really like. And you need runway at the end of the day, right? You got to have like 100 before you really go look back at your videos and see what hit and what didn't hit. But, for the reason why I just didn't have the headphones on is just because, I don't know, I just feel like it's more of a chill, laid back rather than like, all right, professional this, you get set up there, like a timer there. It's like, dude, I want to get out of my car, walk in the door, and just like shoot the shit, you know what I mean, with the boys.
No, I hear you.
So like, I think that just kind of released less pressure and less tension, I guess. And for me, it's a lot more easier for me to like just think outside and like put my thoughts together rather than have to do this and making sure they fit. And then we're having to worry about like my ears, adjusting my headphones. And it's like little things, like for me, right? Maybe another person might feel different, but I feel like personally for me, it is a lot more natural.
Okay.
And for some reason, it just works,
I think for now, we're just going to ask people like, hey, your option.
But you're right about that point on like, you always have to have people that may not agree with you, right?
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, like I don't want to have friends that all agree with me. I want people that, I want people to kind of like argue with me, like counter my topics that I talk about, so I can grow from my circle and my circle
of course,
train of thought. And like, that's why I'm always telling you, like, dude, I'm always playing like devil's advocate. Like, I gotta like hit you back with another counter.
With the truth, yeah.
Yeah, because I think your socks are too bright. I ain't gonna lie to you.
These are new, bro.
Yeah, those are
I
really
came in
those
with
are
the Nike
like,
socks.
Like you need to go a little darker.
Bro, I was so like, you know what I mean? Also against like the high top because I
Yeah.
always like no-show socks.
Yeah, next time.
How do you
just-
wear those high socks?
Huh? Yeah.
You got high socks on today?
Yeah.
Is it because of the cold or is
No, it's because if I get sock checked, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the fools in California, they're gonna sock check me if they see me in the street.
That's the thing, getting sock checked?
Yeah, bro.
No shit. I mean, just like how you checked them right now.
Wait, in Chicago?
Yeah, no, in California, but like you never know when they're walking.
Yeah,
around.
you guys have more street cred than me, but it's beneficial to the show.
Bro, you got a Toyota
If I'm-
Celica. You have
But
the
like,
plug
at the same time-
car.
At the same time, like you guys, it balances me because I guess I grew up. We all had adversity, but like not your adversity that you guys had to face.
Yeah. Hell
Like
no.
in the 90s, growing up Chicago, right?
Yeah, it was rough, man.
Dirt, and I have a different type of adversity, but like that's why you need, if you're starting a podcast, that's why you need other people that are different, so it balances out, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna have like the same,
I would love to have
talking about the
a
same
like
thing.
straight from the bottom type of good person that's just starting off, that lost everything type of vibe, and at the same time have somebody that's like wealthy, rich, that grew up like that. Like I think those type of interviews would be pretty cool, just to see the different perspectives. Because I don't consider myself growing up poor, but we definitely didn't grow up rich. For sure, didn't grow up rich. I think at 14 I started fending for myself. At 14, like at the age of 14 was the last time my parents ever bought me anything. From then on, I did everything. I mean, yeah, I mean, you got people that are wealthy that just got everything paid for, and then you got people that never had anything like, growing up.
I feel like anyone has been to a struggle, right? Any type of adversity that you faced, it's always nice to start at like a zero, right? Because if you're a zero and then you end up, being whatever your version of success is, you've went up the ladder from a 0 to 100.
Yeah.
But you've gone to experience what really, I mean,
What you like and what you don't
life
like.
is has to offer,
facts.
right? If you started at like a 50 middle class, okay house, but if you went to 100, you didn't experience what the rest of the, a good amount of percentage of people in the world live in. Like, so it's like,
Can you guys imagine if we would have all been born rich and not understanding this right here that we're in, right? We each got to get up and hustle and get this money to get the things we want. Right now, you're showing me this new camera that you're trying to get. It's 4Gs. Which one is it, to break it down?
oh, it's like some
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sony,
I thought he was going to name it right.
CX6,
What is it?
CS6, yes, CS6.
Right, just the body
Yeah,
alone.
dope.
I'd seen it and I was like $4,000. You understand what you got to do to get that, and you understand what it took to get from
Right.
a cell phone to get everything you've got, right? But imagine, and this is why I don't mind growing up the way I grew up, because I feel like I know a lot of people that grew up from parents that made it, so they all feel entitled and all that other stuff. So I'm glad, because imagine if I would have woke up. I mean, if I would have been born with that, my family had it all, and anything I wanted, any toy. I mean, growing up, I wanted all these wrestling toys that my parents never bought me, bro. Never. But my neighbor, he was the only child. He had all the wrestlers. He had the ring. He had the light. Like, man, can you imagine as a kid, right? It hurt. So I would always go over and play with him. But if I would have been born and raised in a family like that, I don't think I would have been hungry to do any of the things that I've done. Like to put that much effort, because it's not just physical, but it's that mind of always thinking, what can I do to get the next dollar, to get the next goal? But if you guys would have grew up, what would life been for you?
This is funny that you bring up that point, because I worked with a lot of people that have they're in a really, really, good financial standpoint. When I meet these people that have like all the equipment, all the cool toys, is when they lack, this is just for my experience, they lack the push that like a creator needs. Like, they have all the stuff, right? They can just go out and create, but
There's no hunger, bro.
There's no hunger there.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for me, you could get it right now, but you have to kind of earn it, and it keeps you hungry with like the stuff that you have right now.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like if I had everything in the world, like professional grade cinematography, I feel like in a sense where like I obviously would take advantage of it, but it wouldn't be as satisfying as like mastering what you have and making sure that you progress to your next level. And
I can't just buy it. I feel like if you were just rich and you just bought it, you'd be like, all right, I got it. You fulfilled that need for a little bit, but now you're just like, all right, what else can I get? Whereas now, if you work for it, you're gonna be like, all right, if I'm gonna spend this much money on a camera, I'm gonna do an unboxing. I'm gonna do a few projects that's gonna justify me buying this expensive
well,
ass
not
camera.
just that too, but like your where you're at, your profession, right? And what the level of, or what type of content that people are consuming. Like right now, I can go out and get it, this and that, whatever. But like, I feel like it will take away from me kind of making and producing the stuff that people actually want to see. Like when you're scrolling to TikTok, most of the stuff was shot on your phone, right?
Right.
It's not so much about the actual gear. I really want to focus on what can I do to provide to my audience, right?
Value,
What can I do to expand and really strategize and seeing where people are consuming at the moment and make more of that rather than like, oh, here's a cool camera and this is what I, that's where you come in.
Someone once told me that, and it really changed my perspective on what you said, because I was really picky about, I was showing the video and then be like, all right, before you watch it, I got to do this, I got to do that, because I'm always trying to justify any mistake.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We're artists, we're perfectionists. Like, we want to make sure our work is 100% crafted.
Right. And they said, what you notice, other people won't. Just like that. And when they told me that, it was just like, it hit me. And I was like, you're right. I mean, even from this grand opening, when we first opened up in the space, there was a lot of things that we needed to get done, but no one saw that. People saw the finished product, right? That with what you're saying makes sense. It's hard for me, though. It's like, I'm sure it's hard. It's like doing a haircut, and you ain't done. You know deep down it ain't done. But just because it looks okay to someone else, you're like, all right, bet here, next. Or doing a comedy show, and you ain't hitting it.
But keep in mind the context. This is our content so people can see. We want runway of content.
Right.
I get it if it was like a service that you're getting paid for, but like for me, if I were to do like
True.
a
Okay,
BTS
that's
video,
a good point.
the actual meat of the content's already done, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can look back and forth how you begin the intro here and there, play around with the subtitles. For content itself, I feel like Runway is the way to go, at least at this point.
Like what's crazy about A-Rod is that there's been a few times where I've hung out with him. Either I cut his hair at his house or we just hung out at a show or somewhere, and I'm looking at footage, and this guy got a whole different hairstyle, different look, different beard, like different color on his head, and I'm just like, damn, when'd you do that? He was like, oh, like last summer, and I'm like, you never posted it? He's like, no, I'll probably post it in a few months. I'm still working on details on. And one thing I noticed about him is by him being that perfectionist, even when he did his flat top video, they got, I don't know how, like 12 million or 28 million on YouTube. It took him almost a year to release it because he would always go back to it and touch things up. And when he finally released it, it was dope. It hit so well, right? But that was then. That was when you could do that. Now
That was
I
when
see
people had really good
attention spans. Yeah, now I get it.
It's just paying attention to like what people are consuming. That's all it is. Like what would you consume when you log into TikTok?
I think when
there's I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, good.
There is a level of self-awareness that you need to have with yourself, and just really like let down the ego, let down whatever you think is right, and just like
give value, dude.
am I actually providing any type of value? Is this video like actually cool? Do people want to see this? And sometimes, don't get me wrong, there's some things that you just shoot on your phone randomly for like 7 seconds and it hits. But like, you know, again, you wouldn't have gotten to that point if you wouldn't have to stay, if you were thinking about it too much in the video,
right,
that you like took a whole day, whereas like another person, right, that's like your competitor is
doing something
clocking
quick
every single day.
That's true. Because as a barber, I see certain things that you probably like. Remember, I was telling you how it just as a barber, it didn't make sense to use that same scene 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when I saw it, I was like, it's like,
you know, what was my reasoning for that too? Because I wanted to do like some type of subtitles where it gives you information about the clipper, the name, the RPMs, the specs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would have been cool, but then I'm looking back at it, I'm like, oh wait, you're right, because I did kind of go for length in order for me to compensate for the titles.
Yeah.
So no, you're right, dude. Like,
yeah, no, dude, this is why we work together, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say, look, if I cut your hair and you turn around and was like, oh, this is dope, Los, but man, can you just go a little shorter here? I'm not gonna be like, nah, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna look, okay, this is what I bet.
That's why our friendships has lasted so long.
Dope.
You have people like that, bro?
But you guys, bro, are like the total opposite when it comes to,
We are.
you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like when it comes to like
Explain.
content creation type of thing. So like, I feel like me and Lowe's, we have a peace of mind of going longer if we need to. You, bro, you twitch after 20 seconds. And like,
Bro, I know.
And no, but that's why you're so successful at what you do, because in your lane, you do it so freaking well. You're humble, dog. I'll tell you that. Like looking at your videos, bro, it's like you're a monster, dog. Like I can't fathom. Like if I were to shoot, like say for example, the one of the party joints that you shoot, if I were to shoot that, I would have made it 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? To where yours is 40 seconds and you capture everything that's needed. And so even now, me, bro, like even when I do my skits, I see some dead space and I'll edit it out just because you taught me that.
You know who mastered that? Andrew Schultz with comedy. Because Joe Rogan was saying how comedians were trying to do, like when COVID hit, they were trying to do comedy on camera, and they were going with the same approach as if it was a live audience. And he was like, dude, Andrew Schultz mastered it because he was just fire. He never gave time for people to react because there's no audience. So by giving that fire, you're at home watching, you're laughing, regardless if he keeps going.
Oh, Clint Flores, bro.
His stand-up.
You know,
hey, big shout out to Ken real
before
quick. I'm performing with him tonight at the Lincoln Lodge, so by the time you see this, we already...
Where's it at?
Lincoln Lodge in Chicago.
Can I come?
I don't have any comps.
How much is the ticket?
16.
hey, bro, remember
come
when
on,
I told
man.
you I'm like, he's from Chicago, right?
Ken, he's from Aurora.
Or okay.
Yeah, we suburbs, bro.
You know how I was talking about transcending
Yeah.
and getting to like the outside people outside of your niche?
Yeah.
He's like the first person that I saw on TikTok randomly, not being in the comedy space whatsoever.
Dope.
So like he's able
Basically,
to transcend that.
he's
for
reaching
yours-
to the
for yours-
audience.
No, so his
wait, so sorry to cut you off. And for yours, Lowe's, for all the barbers out there, the person that did transcend for me, that I was not even in the barber industry, was Vic
Vic.
Blends.
Yeah, I already knew Vic.
Yeah.
Vic's reaching out, man.
But it's dope because he found that like that gap where like not barbers were doing in TikTok with like, you know, having engaging conversations
Yeah.
and storytelling, and that's awesome. So
Yeah.
so when you see Ken Flores live, it's not like what you see it. He has a little more break.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I see.
that's
So-
better at a live audience.
Yeah.
But when you see it on social media,
Yeah,
you gotta
social
chop
media.
it up.
right.
He cuts it so well. The joke's still his. Trust me, bro. We've had him here. He just a monster. He has his jokes consistently, but when it comes to online, his boy is the one that like chops it. You know what I'm saying?
What if you were to cut some of the actual takes shorter, more consumable, digestible, where it hits,
Uh-huh.
you provide so much fucking value in one little like 20, 30-second clip, and a lot more people can digest that a lot faster, and maybe could get you some.
No, I'm not saying that's the wrong way to go with it. No, that's the best way to go with it.
Yeah.
I'm just lazy.
You edit on your phone. What do you use?
CapCut.
Okay, a lot of people use. I prefer Splice, but a lot of people do like CapCut.
Yeah, CapCut is up there. Just
Is it?
I love the idea of like me putting an entire timeline together, and other people being able to use that exact like the entire timeline, so they can use it on their own video.
Oh no way, really?
Yeah, like the template.
Oh,
sick.
templates.
It's sick.
Alright.
I feel like people should comment what they think of the podcast and what type of content
of
do they
course.
want to see more. You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys want to see more of? What type of guest?
What if they're like they all say, "Hey, we all next week want to hear from an entrepreneur."
Yeah.
I mean, next week let's get Big Blends. Oh yeah, let me try to get this guy.
No,
Close.
I wouldn't even
like-
say. I wouldn't even say person. I would say title.
Oh, I will
person.
take that all day.
Well,
Give me a
that
category.
in the
Yeah.
audience, like what type of like what do you guys want to see?
Ooh.
What type of is it more like barber related? Is hairstyle? Or it's just
That-
hair in general? Or
I
is
like
it like,
that.
is there
Yeah, what do you guys
something
want to
that-
talk about? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That's actually
so
real
some
solid.
topics down.
Shout out to everybody from IG who's actually took the time to ask a couple of things. We're gonna try to answer these as quick as possible. First one comes from El Beats. Can you tell us more about any upcoming classes in HQ? I wanted to do one in February, but with everything going on, it's so really busy. So I plan on starting off in March and having once a month after that. Every month after that. Second question, maybe Los, this might be for you. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna give you one that's more. A bit of mental health and what do you do for yourself? It's been really big. I think every time I get into my little zone, I understand two things. I understand that no feeling lasts forever. So no matter if I'm happy, sad, depressed, or anything, I know deep down it's not gonna last forever. How can I get through it? Whenever I get into that mental health, I try to just no one that wants to be in my life is in my life. I don't try to keep people around anymore. I just go with the based off flow, and I just try to do something productive or give back somehow, some way. By giving back, by helping people, makes me feel good. So that always takes me out of my little funk. And then obviously the most obvious, the health, the eating better, the exercising, the healthy relationships with people, all that. And one thing that I could say is if you're ever feeling down, get over yourself and call somebody. Reach out to people because there are people out there that truly love you, whether you want to speak to them or not, whether you're in the mood or not. But I know if I was feeling down, and if I called you, Los, or if I called you, Ruben, and I kept it 100, and I was like, man, bro, I haven't been feeling good. I feel depressed. I know that these guys will genuinely do what they can to lift me up. I know that personally. But thank God it hasn't gotten to that because I'm able to myself control it before it gets to that level.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I agree. Transparency, right, and communication. Just have those people. But at the same time, I kind of just see it as like, this is for me, right? I'm an ultra hyper realistic person. And like, if I call someone, do I need someone to give me words to get me to feel better? I feel like something actionable for me would be just like to hit the gym, start doing something, be busy. I know, Los, I was talking to you about just playing video games. Sometimes for me, that's kind of like something that I enjoy, kind of like a therapeutic, just, after a hard day's work, you chilling, it's 8 p.m., you want to just sit down and relax and just play with your friends or just play whatever. But it is a balance for like work and life for me.
Yeah.
So whenever you feel, some type of way, just know for sure it's going to be in the short term, right?
Right.
It's only for a little bit. From the macro, it's only going to be a small part of your life. And, it's one of those things where, like, I see it as, like, what's something that's going to benefit me for the long run, right?
Yeah.
You might feel bad, but if you go to a gym, you're helping yourself in the long run because you're going to feel better. You're going to have a better physique.
You're going to have that sense of
You're gonna have
accomplishment.
sense
Every
of
time you leave the gym, you're like, oh,
accomplishment.
thank God. So-
But does that mean it will bring you happiness? Maybe for some that might not bring happiness, right?
that might
But
not
it's
be
a,
enough.
It's a balance of, like, maybe you being healthy and having a great body and this maybe not bringing you happiness at all. And in some verticals, like, maybe some people just want to chill and have a dad bod, and that's cool, and they feel happy like that.
Yeah.
But
facts.
are you gonna sacrifice your happiness for you having a healthy body? So it's like, it's having a fine line, and that's why I really gotta the whole point of, like, making sure that you feel better, for me at least, has been a lot of self-reflection. It helped a lot.
Yeah.
And just staying true to yourself, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, how am I feeling? Do I feel like working out? Is it going to bring me happiness? Yes, it is, because I feel better. Do I just want to chill and play video games? I could do that, but if I were to the gym, I feel a lot better and accomplished. So it's like, really,
You weigh your options.
I guess, yeah, weigh your options. And what I'm trying to say too is, like, really just try to be as self-aware as you can, and obviously talk to people if you need to talk to people.
But
I feel that
sometimes
way, I do talk to people, right, and see if I can maybe find a mini therapy session with you and see what I can, like, figure out myself. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to, like, self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. We all have such a complex mind that, anything can be affecting it. It could be the air you breathe. It could be, just the food you intake, your water, your shower. Maybe you got to replace your shower filter that has chemicals. At the end, there's so
Yeah.
many friggin' factors that can, that can really just put you in this state of mind.
The thing is, like, location is everything with that, dude. I really feel like if your environment's bad, it's not good.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to that question, bro, my end, dude, is just put yourself in an area of positivity and love and happiness, bro. So that's why I always tell people, you feeling down, bro, come to a comedy show. It's not even cliche,
That's true.
me trying to
Love
sell you
that.
tickets, but it's
Yeah.
the fact that you're going to have around 30 to 40 people around you having a great time. You're going to hear your hair laughing, smiling. When you start seeing that, you'll be smiling
It's energy,
for other
bro.
people. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
energy,
So, oh, that joke is hilarious. Or even just looking at couples, like, enjoying it, hanging. Oh, that's nice to see people, like, kicking it, just killing. You know what I'm saying? Not doing anything. There was no way that anything negative would perpetuate that area. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just-
that's
people were
true.
just simply having a great time. So it makes me have a good time too.
That is
I
true.
love that, bro. I love how, like, right now, for me, I don't know how your guys' train or thought on this is of, like, destiny, right? You're supposed to be here in this moment. I love how I'm, like, shooting this podcast, right? We're here. This is maybe in our timeline, right? This is our destiny to be here at this moment. But, like, for you, let's say you just go to the bean. Let's say I just get up on my seat and go to the bean right now, and I saw this person. I just talked to him. It's kind of getting outside of what you're kind of supposed to do. But it's refreshing in your mind to, like, tell you that there's so much out there, and, like, there's so much you could do. I know you said about going randomly by yourself to the bean and just talking to someone.
Sober too.
Like,
You don't
it's so
drink, no
cool.
smoke,
Yeah.
no nothing.
Like, it's so cool to be able
Sober.
to interact with or have interactions that you're not really meant or supposed to have.
I get what you mean, but
our
who's to say you're
timeline
not?
right now? What's normal for us is to just stay here, finish the podcast, maybe get some food, hang out, and then go home.
Yeah.
But let's say, like, at this exact moment, and I interact with someone.
And now
like,
you're
mind is
dating your
telling you,
future
like, hey,
wife
it's
with
like,
kids.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it
it's
could
like,
be a whole
it's
different.
refreshing to step. What I'm trying to say is, like, it's refreshing to step outside of your day-to-day life.
Yes.
So if you have a schedule, you wake up, brush your teeth, whatever, you get ready, go to the gym. Maybe one day try switching it up.
One thing my
Maybe-
mom said, we were talking about, like, because we're all older now, right? My brother's 37, I'm 35, my sisters are 32 and 30. And we're talking about somebody who's of age already in their 30s. And my mom was like, ya es tiempo que agarre su rutina, and he goes on with life. Like, basically saying it's time that he gets his routine, and that's how he lives. Now, mind you, my parents, and I'm sure your parents are the same, they're from an era where it's all about routine, right? You get up, you get ready for work, you come home, you cook, you clean the house, and that's your routine. Every week's a routine. And I looked at her, and I wanted to tell her, but in my head, I was just like, but to me, it was like, no, Mom. Like, routine is the worst thing you could have. Like, yeah, have routine in the sense of maybe go to the gym, eat right, and all that. But when you're doing the same thing over every day, your life is just going to pass you by. Before you know it, you're going to get old. Before you know it, you're going to be like, damn, where'd all those years go by? Without ever once taking a vacation, without ever once sporadically just randomly being spontaneous and going somewhere and doing something different. And I think our lives, my day, not a single day I have is the same. Thank God for that. But it took 20 years of doing the same thing to get this life that I have now. Is what I'm saying, right? So when people say get in your routine, get in your in your mind, but have a plan. Don't just get lost in the cycle. And the matrix is what people like to call it. Don't get lost in that, because you're just going to be doing the same thing, and you're going to physically get older, you're going to physically be tired, and you're going to really feel that years to come.
Bro, because the idea of challenging your parents' ideology, the same thing that they taught you, and you grow old through your experiences, your own battles, and it's like you don't want to say it because they are on the top of the pyramid of influences towards you. So for you to grow, you live life on your own, and for you to want to, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to challenge it. Yeah. Because trust me, there's been a couple of times. Old school Mexicans, bro. Old school Mexicans, it's their way, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yes.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and talk with my parents are really religious. I'm not gonna sit there with them and be like, so what do you think of UFOs? I love that. It's just my dad's just gonna be like, no, mijo, like, that's they just can't grasp that because they're so in their ways, which is, it's okay. I get it.
You know what? That's a great relationship you guys have with your guys' parents. Because like for me, what I do is like I always try to get them in the mix. I always try to like push back on their opinions, and they're okay with it.
They probably
but your parents are how old are your parents?
About 50.
They're both 50?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, my dad's 66, 7. My
mom's turning 50 this year, and then my dad's 51.
So they're early 50s. So they're still, I think that to me is still young enough to kind of still push back. But when they're already 60s, mid 60s going on 70s,
oh, for sure, I agree.
you're not gonna sit there with your grandpa and be like,
man, look,
like the government is a conspiracy out here.
The Bible was written by humans.
Exactly. But like you were saying, it goes back to kind of like the stepping outside of your circle, because these two people that used to see as kings and queens, right? Your mom and dad, you were in that circle like for a while, your whole childhood, and you grew up on those kind of
beliefs,
their contact, your context and beliefs and everything. It's all in this circle.
Yeah.
So like that's why it's important to have different people.
Now there is some things that I definitely had to put my parents, I'm not even going to say in particular. It was a specific moment where the only time I ever stood up to one of them, really, and it took me to explain why something was wrong in particular for them to actually see it. Like, they didn't get that it was bad of what they were doing. It had to have happened for me telling them that why it's wrong, what's wrong. And for them to genuinely understand why it was. You know what I'm saying? And they did understand. They called me the next day, and they were like, you were right, mijo. I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have done such a, And I was like, it's all good, but I want you to know that it was wrong. That's all I want you. Don't say sorry because you offended me. Like, say sorry porque...
You learn.
Yeah.
Don't even say sorry. Just you learn.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, but...
I don't think I've ever asked you, bro.
What?
Do you believe in UFOs?
Oh, of course,
bro.
Of course, bro.
Any good experiences or story you want to share with us?
My Theo, when he was coming from the border, I was like, that's an alien. I'm not kidding. But but he said, nah, book me. Anyways, y'all, but like, no, UFOs, bro. Look, regardless of whatever religious background it is, whatever, dog, like, you cannot tell me that there's other... Bro, have you ever seen that one TikTok video where it shows how small Earth is compared to these other planets?
Does anybody here believe in flat Earth?
No.
Do you, Los?
No.
Okay. I've seen a lot of, like... I'm not saying I believe in it. Dude, I don't know what to believe in.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm always open. You never know. Shit.
Yeah, it's open-minded.
What do they call the forum? The forum?
The dome? Like
the dome?
The dome
ideology?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Simpsons movie, right?
It's... Dude, this could be a whole nother podcast. I don't even want to get into it. We might get flagged by YouTube, so I'd rather just...
No, we won't. We'll be fine.
The FBI about to text me, hey, stay there.
UFOs, definitely UFOs. I'm literally, look, man, just not even lying to you guys. If I go on my YouTube, I'm literally listening to this...
With my wife.
Yes,
Joe Rogan about
Bob Lazar.
the spaceships this guy was working
Bob
on in
Lazar.
Area 51, right? Even though I've seen it already, I'm watching it again because how is this man breaking down detail about how he worked on spaceships and how some of the spaceships that he worked on had anti-gravity, meaning that his bare hand was trying to touch it, and just how you would grab two magnets on the opposite sides to try to put them together, that's what his hand was being resisted on. He was talking about, bro, I'm saying you listen to this, there's no way that you're going to sit here and be
context, Joe Rogan had a guest named Bob Lazar.
Yeah, he was the one that filmed it in the 80s.
Yeah, supposedly we don't know 100%, right? But some of the stuff that he says does track to now, to this date, that they've discovered new elements in 115. That's like super.
That's like the fuel
crazy
for the
fuel for like the UFO actual aircraft. But yeah, I mean, he supposedly worked on Area 51. You know, he did the entire thing. But that was the story that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's insane. Have you heard about it?
No.
We gotta put you on game. So stuff like that. It's like you can't sit here. And then maybe it's TikTok tweaking, but lately there's been so many UFO videos, bro. Like every
the
other
Mexico
video,
one?
I'm watching one. They're just everywhere.
Have
bro.
y'all seen? So
I might have.
I believe Mexico is just a big land of haunted everything. Like I see the videos, bro. Like giants walking on top of mountains.
You think it's because there's so much rich culture and so much happened on those lands that, you know,
There's still that.
there's some type of, because everything, I believe everything kind of runs off energy, right? So maybe that type of energy is still kind of.
Because,
you know what
dude,
I
I mean, brujeria is huge in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Big time.
Like witchcraft
Imagine,
and all that.
imagine one day you see Los like with some chick you. Because I
Right.
know your type. I know your type.
I've heard of.
What's
some
low?
people-
Hey, what's his type, bro?
I don't want to say. I don't want to limit him. You know, in case someone else is watching.
Yeah, I know they watch it.
If I ever see, I know his type to the T. So if I see him with someone that I know he normally probably wouldn't be with, that would be kind of like that's a brujeria shit. That that means like imagine understanding like, dude, I don't know what it is about this person, but I just love this person.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure
can't
there's
stay
some
away
people
from
out
them.
there, which
Oh,
is fine,
dude,
right? You
I
never
know.
know, but
You gotta get the limpieza done. The egg,
yeah,
the egg.
that's crazy.
Especially with the shortage of eggs now.
Bro.
Ooh.
So how does that work? I know. Is that supposed to be like energy, or what is that egg supposed to?
Don't
like,
quote me on any of that, but from it's supposed to be just the egg's supposed to just cleanse all negative energy from your body, and then once they crack it, it's supposed to be black. I'm not sure how the ritual works. I know people that have gotten a black egg, which is crazy. But I've been scared to do it. Imagine.
Well,
I mean, I don't-
it'd be expensive to do that now, bro. An egg. It's like $3
Yeah, I mean, I'm
an
not
egg,
surprised.
man. That's
Oh, with the egg thing.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Can you imagine somebody rubbing you with an egg and all that, and then just cracking? It's literally like tar, black.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
bro.
So listen, TikTok be teaching me shit, but then again, Chinese run TikTok. So
Yeah.
I've heard that, just to get off subject real quick, I've heard that China's TikTok educates all their students like on real great educational videos, like
I heard
really
about that, yeah.
sophisticated videos to their young. And then American TikTok, they just promote the stupidest, dumbest. You know, you just seen that TikTok.
That makes
they
so much
decides
sense.
TikTok decides on what goes viral.
Yeah.
So they're just pushing the dumbest content and making and I don't want to use
So-
terms like that, but people that just damn well be like, why is this
Nothing you're
person
gonna
famous?
benefit.
So
out
do you
of it.
think we gotta
Yeah,
make dumb content to go
we're-
viral, right?
No, I
Is that
think
the-
we're getting fed dumb stuff to become dumber. That's what I think. So
Damn.
outside of that, so I watched a TikTok of one person that was talking about like, hey, I own about 20, 30 chickens, and I don't know if anyone else's chickens is doing the same thing, but our chickens haven't laid an egg since November or September of last year, which we thought was kind of weird because they don't normally lay eggs in the winter. So we wanted to see if anyone else was up there that's having the same problem. And then same video, they did an update. Hey, update. So we stopped feeding our chickens like their feed from the store, and we decided to make our own feed. So we went and got grain and all the stuff that's in the feed organically from someone else separately, and we started feeding our chickens, and wow, all of a sudden it started laying eggs again. And then that video turned into another video of other people stitching it, and people are just saying like, don't give your chickens the feed that you buy at the store because the government or people are messing it up. And that's why I feel, I may be wrong. I mean, TikTok, who knows?
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's a bunch
but
of
that's why I
conspiracy,
feel
but yeah.
like maybe that's why there was a shortness. I don't think 200 million chickens died in the past 6 months. I don't know.
That's crazy.
This is
That's
just
interesting.
what I'm consuming off TikTok, and I
Crazy
put two and
thought,
two
though.
together. We have a few more questions on here, and if I can answer them real quick. Tips and strategies for barbers straight out of school. Listen, nothing comes fast. Take your time, because what you might think you're trying to get to in today's world, by the time you get there, it might not even be cool. So focus on your time, and when your time comes, whatever's cool then, focus on then, and just be patient. Be patient and build the foundation. And the last one is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm usually a 5-year plan type of guy.
That's a good question.
I don't like to go as far as 10 years because things change, people change, situations change. I'm a 5-year guy, and I think for the next 5 years I have my goals. But for 10 years, I think I just want to be happy and be in a place where I can financially be okay and not have to worry about it. In 10 years, I'll be 45, so I'll still be youngish. Maybe have a family. Who knows? I might have a family at 45.
Lil Los.
A little Los, a little princess. Should I call it Carla?
Lolita.
Little Cita. But I don't,
Carlita.
10 years is too far apart. I got every 5 years, so my next plan is 40, and hopefully we get to that. If not, guys, this has been one hell of an episode with the man directed by Los. The sickest videographer I know, and then the funniest man I know, Mr. Ruben Baby Chata. What's up?
Y'all be safe, man. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in.
For sure, guys. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Let's go.